Hey everyone, welcome to our sales forecast. So here we have a national beverage company. They have data from 2011, 2012, and 2013. And basically we're going to use the average growth rate to predict the 2014 growth rate and also the sales forecast in dollar amount. But before we do that, we're going to take a look and figure out the 2012, 2013, and then we'll start looking at 2014's rate. And finally, the actual dollar amount. So let's remind ourselves of the formula. Our growth rate is equal to the end over the beginning. And we're going to raise that to 1 over the number of years. And finally, we need to subtract all of that by 1. So we can also look at it if we get number n is the number of years. So it's basically the nth over the end divided by the beginning minus 1. Okay, so let's apply that to 2012 and we'll figure out our sales growth rate of 2012. So the end of 2012 is going to be the that final number of 2012, final value. Okay, so that's the 23 million. And the beginning was our previous year's end. Okay, so the previous year, in this case, is 2011, the 21 million. Then we're going to raise to the 1 over. So in this case, it's only over 1 year. So the number of years is 1. So 1 over 1, nice calculation. And we're going to subtract by 1. So when we do the math, we should get 5.2%. Okay, let's see what happens if we try and make it a little more presentable. Not bad. I'll take it. Okay, this is just minus 1 to the 1 over 1. Let's move on to 2013. Okay, so in 2013, our ending, our numerator, well, it's going to be the 2013 final value. Okay, so that's that 24,088,000. And we're going to be dividing that by the 2012. Okay, so that's our beginning. So that's the 23 million. And again, we're going to raise that to the 1 over. And again, in this case, we're just using comparison of 1 year. Okay, so that's the number of years. And we're going to subtract by 1. And that should give us a value of 4.26%. Let's see how that goes. Not bad. Finally, when we move on to 2014, so again, we're trying to figure out the expected sales growth rate of 2014. Don't actually have the data for 2014, so we'll use what we have. So when we're dealing with the ending, we're going to take the 2013 number. Okay, so that's the end, the most recent data that we have. And our beginning data, now remember in this case, we're looking at a 2-year average. Okay, so if we're looking at a 2-year average, we have to go back 2 years. So we're going to go all the way back to 2011. So we can use our 2011 as our beginning. So that is going to be divided by 1 over. And remember, because we're looking at a 2-year average, that number of years is going to be 2 now. And again, we're still going to subtract by 1. So when we do the math, we should get 4.73%. Let's check that out. Not bad. I'm not sure why they Can't seem to get an equal sign here. So now we know the growth rate of 2014. Okay, so that's our rate. What's our actual dollar amount? Well, we're going to use the previous sales of 2013, and we're going to add basically that 4.73%. So we'll take our 24,088,000, and we're going to add, so basically it's going to be 1 plus the 4.73%. So that looks like 1 plus 1.0473. Now, keep in mind, if you are using Excel, you probably might end up using all of the digits, and that's fine. When you actually input the answer, you can get a bit of a variance depending on how many decimal spaces you use, what value. But there is a tolerance, so no matter, as long as you're within the right tolerance, whether you use only 3 decimal spaces or more, you should still be correct in terms of the response, okay? But just keep an eye out for that. So if we do only use the 4.73, we should get a final dollar amount. Again, we're rounding to the nearest dollar of 25,227,362. Okay. So again, we've calculated the sales amount for 2014 forecast. We've used the average sales growth, and we've also calculated the previous year's sales growth. Thanks for watching, and happy financing.